Hi, everyone. This is Michelle Gramoglia, the President and CEO here at Woodland Pond, and this is my weekly address for Tuesday. Today is a very important Tuesday, November 19th, 2024. Why is it important, you ask? It is important for two very important reasons related to the renovation project. Our project is actually on the planning board agenda today. This will be the first meeting related to the project at the planning board. We are number 8 out of 9 on the agenda. So although I will be joining by Zoom, which was an intentional decision because we don't need 100 people there speaking on our behalf, it's going to be a late one. There is a link on the village website that you can Zoom in if you want to. I have no idea if it's going to be a long presentation, a short presentation, but I'm really excited. Dave Roberts is going to represent the project, and we have our civil engineering firm going, and it should be big. The other reason that it's a big day is because we received the budget package, or will receive the budget package, which is really starting to solidify the numbers for the first round of renovations, the first phase. You will be seeing an addition to your calendar in December where we're going to take you through the updated financial modeling for the projects, why it's going to work and why it's going to benefit the community long term. But things are really starting to come together, and it's just a great day with great progress. I think we'll go through happy or not comments first. We have a comment that says, instead of calling it a decline balance, call it a food credit, or a meal credit, I guess could work as well. Coincidentally, I had asked the chairs of both the dining committee and the financial review committee here at Woodland Pond, as well as Tom Gilder, in his role as the chair or the president of the Residents Council, to meet with Christy Bastoni and I today to talk about the idea of removing the idea of dollars being associated with the $300 point dollar, whatever you want to call it, decline, because it causes an enormous amount of confusion. So this comment is right in line with that. Thank you very much for the idea. That meeting is actually happening this afternoon. So it would not surprise me if we have a change in the nomenclature happening probably the first of the year. The next, some more comments. Sorry. Just these are from what's come in this week, which really they start on Monday and they go through the week. We have got ham was very good, but too fatty from last night. And this person referenced that it was nearly a quarter fat. I can't quantify that. I don't know if that was marbling or if that was not a good trim job. And then there was a comment that fat is not good for seniors. And as we see a lot of times with preferences, there are people that need to balance their diets. And so while fat might not be good for this particular person, there are residents that need that in their diet, whether it be for any variety of reasons. So just like salt and pepper are a preference, and whether or not we should serve alcohol in the dining room is a preference, there will be proponents and opponents of all. But in this case, it sounds like it might have been more of a quality issue. So please do be as descriptive as you can. And if the meal for any reason was not acceptable, always send it back. We can always get you a new plate. I'm thrilled that it was delicious. Someone is extremely happy that we have and now offering a caramelized onion side, apparently for lunch and dinner. I don't know if that's official and will be ongoing, but she was able to get a side of caramelized onions and was very happy. So that may be coming to a menu near you soon. Similar opposing comment, cornbread stuffing was too dry and crumbly and needs to be more moist. And another comment that the turkey and ham were delicious. So do keep these comments coming. We look at them every day, and this helps us to guide what we are doing in our dining program. Tomorrow we have management Q&A. And while management Q&A is normally a kind of a round robin of all the department heads coming in and talking about whatever is new or notable, we will do a very limited amount of that tomorrow. We are not going to do a project update. You will catch a project update from Dave every Friday. Please feel free to do that. They're also on our YouTube channel. But tomorrow we'll do a little bit of management. round robin, and we're going to focus tomorrow. The priority is going to be on a refresher on what to do if we call either a lockdown situation or an active shooter situation. We have a lot of new residents. We spent a very enormous amount of time last year getting everyone prepared for the countywide emergency exercise that we did on October 4th of last year. But a lot of that has fallen off. And it's very important for us to stay current on what the expectations are if there is ever, unfortunately, an active shooter or a lockdown situation for any reason. So we're going to go through that tomorrow in detail. We have a presentation that will go up on the screen. We will be talking, and then we also have a handout for you to take home with you that you can hang on your door. It's just sort of a Cliff Notes version of what to do, and very, very important for us to go through that. Related to that, one of the primary facets of our emergency response system at Woodland Pond is notification. And yesterday we sent out a notification that may have just seemed like a notification to all of you about the meeting tomorrow, but it was actually intended to be a test, because what we need to do is make sure that everyone that did not get either a text, a phone call to your cell or a phone call to your landline, or an email yesterday letting you know that tomorrow's management Q&A would be regarding active shooter and lockdown, we need you to let us know that as soon as possible. So again, if you did not receive yesterday either an email, a text, a phone call to your cell, or a phone call to your landline notifying you that tomorrow's management Q&A will be primarily focused on active shooter, it was a recorded call, but it was our message. I need you to contact concierge as soon as possible and let them know that you did not get that message. This is absolutely critical and essential if a situation ever occurs. Those SARA messages, they get broadcast immediately if there's a situation that occurs. And this is the number one way that if you're not in a common area and you otherwise can't know it, like if you're in your apartment or your cottage or in your assisted living, skilled nursing, memory care home, that contact list is how we get in touch with you to let you know that there's an emergency, and it's where we provide instructions. So please try to remember if you received that message yesterday, and if you did not or you cannot remember, please let concierge know as soon as possible. We are doing a couple of things. We are collecting coats. I think you probably saw that in the Chanticleer. We've partnered with the Hurley Reformed Church, as we did last year. They do an annual coat drive. We collected over 75 coats last year between staff and residents, and the Hurley Reformed Church took those and distributed them to local not-for-profits for people in need. If you have any coats that you don't need anymore, don't fit, etc., please do drop them off to concierge, and we all appreciate that. Going in the other direction, our sustainability committee, which has an awesome event scheduled for tomorrow afternoon, which I'll talk about in a couple of minutes. One of our task forces is related to paper, cardboard, composting, etc. And we have been working to really kind of formulate some ideas or plans on how to, number one, reduce the amount of cardboard that's coming onto this campus in the first place, in hundreds of boxes that get delivered here every week, whether it be from, individual residents making orders online, or if it's our, commercial business shipping. A lot of this comes in cardboard boxes. And presently that just goes into sort of the mainstream recycling stream. And I think some of us question if that recycling actually happens. So we've been trying to formulate a plan to say, number one, let's encourage residents and our purchasing folks here at Woodland Pond to try and find alternatives to reduce the amount of cardboard that are coming in from a shipping perspective, but also to deal with the mounds and mounds of cardboard boxes that are here at any given time. I think all of you will remember the Earth Day presentation that was done and showed just a snapshot in time, and it almost made a column, as tall as the ceiling in the lobby. That's just a small snippet of what cardboard comes in. So we have decided, and we've announced it publicly, on Facebook that we are going to do a pilot program to allow members of the public, businesses, individuals, not-for-profits, whomever, to place an order with us through various forms of communication of how many boxes that they need and would like to come pick up from us for free. So we put the announcement out yesterday, and we already have 2 customers. Each have asked for a starter set of 20 boxes. They let us know roughly what size boxes that they need. And I think that's exciting. So I don't know how the logistics will all go on this, and I don't know exactly what the outcome is going to be. But if our boxes can help someone else not have to purchase boxes, new boxes, I feel like that helps. And the sustainability committee is really, really driven to try and find as many inroads here as we can from a sustainability perspective. All that being said, it seems like some smaller boxes are going to be pretty popular. So if you do have an Amazon order or a Chewy order or another online order and the box is clean and intact, if you would like to either unbox your item when you pick it up down at concierge and just leave the box for us, or bring your boxes back down, either intact or flattened, you can do so. Our porters from environmental services will also be, trying to pull out boxes. We may have some new instructions for you as to what to do with flattened boxes. But this is extremely exciting. And of course, any kind of community partnerships, community outreach that we can do makes Woodland Pond feel so good. We have a few more people that have still not filled in their storage cage forms. And I understand that we're harping on this. We're going to be harping on it a little bit more because we really need to have an answer from every single person, every single couple that has a storage cage, whether it be in North or South, because we can't make any of the decisions of what's going to happen until we have every single form. So we've tried, mass distribution, individual follow-up. We are going to be making phone calls. We're not trying to hound you, but we absolutely need a decision on this. It's a critical path item for what's going to be happening in the next phases of preparation and construction. Okay, let's go into some calendar items. Today at 2 p.m. in the PAC, a really cool presentation. The Land Conservation Committee is sponsoring a discussion with Mohonk Preserve Patrol Rangers to share a day in the life of a Mohonk Preserve Ranger. And I think that's just really cool. So I think you will want to either watch that or go and see that. Tomorrow, we've already talked about that at 1:30 in the PAC is management Q&A. At 3 p.m. tomorrow, the Sustainability Committee is hosting an interactive event to talk about, brainstorm, physically work on ways to have a sustainable holiday season in terms of gift giving. So all the different ways that we can not buy things, new things for the holidays. We did a little bit about this last year. The interactive tabling has been working great. So if you are interested in lots of different ideas, whether it be purchasing somebody tickets to a Broadway show or, giving someone something that they were going to inherit anyway, but giving it to them now while you're still here, making things out of leftover materials, all of that will be discussed. And to the last point, if you happen to have little scraps of things, whether it's buttons or ribbons or lace, zippers, it doesn't just have to be craft stuff. It could be little rocks, old marbles, anything little like that. If you have it lying around and it could be used to decorate, let's say like a plain little jewelry box or something, and that could be a gift for someone, why don't you bring it tomorrow? We're going to put all that stuff onto a table, and then everyone can kind of take what they like and maybe use it for a craft item for the holiday season. On Wednesday, again, tomorrow at 7:15 in the PAC, Sterling Cruz Her will be here speaking on what it means to be transgendered, other gender identities, pronouns, very important, and the importance of allies. For the residents that may not be super exposed to or familiar with all of these things that Sterling will be here to talk about. tomorrow at 7:30. I strongly encourage you to do this. We live in a college town. We live in a very progressive area. There is sort of a general expectation of LGBTQIA plus acceptance, and Woodland Pond strives to be a safe zone. And one of the things that creates that acceptance and welcoming is knowledge and understanding. And I think it's really important to have the facts, and to hear it directly from someone that has this as their lived experience would be very beneficial to everyone to kind of learn and be able to see and ask questions. Regardless of what your position is on this, I think knowledge is always power. So please do think about attending that. And last but not least, Sunday at 2 p.m., which will also be live streamed on WPTV, the Woodland Pond Benefit Fund will present world-renowned musicians Jay Unger and Molly Mason in concert. This concert is for residents only. We do not have space for outside guests. The PAC sign-up list is already full and with a waiting list. So this will be live streamed to the Great Room and in the classroom for waitlisted folks. I do not have anything else. I hope you all have a great day, and I hope to see you tomorrow at Management Q&A.